All right, this problem models exponential growth. And so it says, suppose that when your friend was born, your friend's parents deposited $8,000 into an account that pays 3.2% interest compounded quarterly. What will the account balance be after 14 years? So I'm going to make sure we're using the correct formula. So it's always a good idea to go to question help, view an example, and find this formula here. So we will use the formula A equals P times 1 plus our rate in decimal form divided by the number of times we compound our interest throughout the year, raise that all to the power of n times t, and again, n is the number of times we compounded a year, t is the number of years. So it's a lot of variables, but it's just using the formula. So A is our amount, like our final amount. Like the amount we have in our account after t years. P stands for the principal amount, initial principal. Or the investment. R is the interest rate. As a decimal. So we have to convert it. And n is the number of times compounded in a year. And t is the number of years. The money is invested. So really, we just plug in numbers. So we want to find a final amount. So it's going to be A equals, the initial amount was $8,000. 1 plus our interest rate in decimal form. So 3.2%, we have to divide 3.2 by 100, which moves the decimal 2 places. So we have 0.032 over n. It says it's compounded quarterly, so we plug, that's quarterly is 4 times per year. So that's a 4. So this n up here is also a 4 times the number of years, which is 14. So really that's probably the fastest part about this. What I would suggest is probably evaluate the 4 times 14 to begin with, and the 1 plus, let's make a calculator here, 0.032 divided by 4. So 0.032 divided by 4 is, use my calculator on my computer. If I can get it to pull up here. So I'm typing 0.032 divided by 4. We get 0.008. So I go 1.008 right there, and then I do 4 times 14, so that's 2856. Okay, and then I just type this into my calculator. Maybe I'll do the 1.008 to the power of 56 to begin with. Okay, and the key on this is it's a decimal that continues forever, and so we do not want to round that. When I type 1.008 to the power of 56 in, I get 1.5623.9 ... Like it goes on forever. The key is when you have that in your calculator like so, you're just going to hit times. Hopefully that times worked there. Times 8,000. So 8, 0, 0, and then hit equals. And so now we can round our answer. It looks like it's 12,499.13. And so we'll round that answer to $12,499.13, which is kind of cool to be able to figure out that if you did invest, or your parents did invest, or your friend's parents did invest $8,000, even at a 3.2% interest rate for 14 years, that it's worth $12,499.13 14 years later. So I'll type it in for you just to make sure that it works out. My suggestion is to make sure you try another problem to make so you know you can do this on your own before you get to the test. Pause, rewatch this video as needed, and good luck.